We're mocking E's last Guard Your Grill show. He's making an argument for these bums.
I just came from my Austin. He's gonna get knocked out. I don't have no philosophical reasoning. He's a bum.
Who's that?
I'm Big Mike. Spider Rico.
He's calling me Spider Rico. I'll say the next Guard Your Grill episode, E versus Big Mike spar.
And I'm with that 100% head and body.
A word? Hey,
Hey, I'm with that.
Let me know.
E has to get his bodysuit.
I don't need a bodysuit. I just need a couple of shots in me to absorb the pain.
Pain
A brown
is right.
juice. Shout out to Sly Dog.
Pain is correct.
Y'all was trying to play me last week with one of my picks, but we gonna get into that in a little bit.
What type of intro was that?
I don't know, man. Help me out here.
I mean, you already assaulted us for within the first 20 seconds of the show. Guard Your Grill Boxing, box score, Chad Dawson versus Antonio Tarver for what belts?
The IBO and the IBF belt.
IBO and IBF.
But before we get to that, though, we gotta talk about Vitali Klitschko and Samuel Peter.
Right.
Who neck?
What's going on, Sleep, man? Sorry I couldn't make the shindig last night with the boys. But we was treated to a good card. I got spoiled. Shout out to my man Miles Wild. I go on Guard Your Grill Boxing, committed a boxing sin, especially when the fight's on tape delay. I went on GYGB, and what do I see? Samuel Peter quits on his stool. I was pissed. I call this dude here sleeping behind the ones and twos right now. Sleep like, no, don't tell me. I'm like, yo, calm down. I just want to tell you about the movie Quarantine. So here it is, man. Guard Your Grill Boxing. Nobody out there got swagger like us. Swagger like us. GYGB, it's your man Coltrane. Yeah, I'm back in the saddle. I ain't get kicked out the group like Bobby Brown. I'm here holding it down. Shout out to Docs, Ride or Die, Big Mike, and the whole GYGB fam. Last night we had a dual card last night. My man Vitali, is it Vitali or Vitali? Vitali Klitschko versus...
Who are you talking to? I'm not here.
Oh, okay, you're not there. Okay, Sleep's not there, so I'll just look crazy like I'm talking to myself. No, everybody, I'm talking to my GYGB fam out there. And, we just chopping it up about the best sport in the world.
Samuel, the Lord is my strength, Peter.
Let's start from over there.
Ride or die.
Ride or die. Ride or die. We'll call Ride or Die a whistleblower. He like to call people early before the fights get rebroadcast, go on the internet and get
I just think, it's funny because in looking at that fight, I saw how, in judging my pick, I saw how much trouble Peter had with Vladimir, with the height and the reach, even though Vladimir got knocked down 3 times. And I knew that Vatali was a much better fighter than Vladimir. He had a much better chin, actually, regardless of the layoff. I knew he had trouble with that length, that 6'7" length, and that jab. That proved to be the case.
Hey.
Your boy is a Sam Peter's good, but he's just a one-hit wonder. I mean, if he can't knock you out, it just seems like he got a little
I
discouraged.
wouldn't necessarily call him good. He's just an aggressive big puncher, but technically he's not.
He's not the best boxer, but he has some success.
You don't see a lot of boxing in there.
He's not good. Let's be real. You think about great fighters, they will all destroy Samuel Peter. Let's just be realistically. Like,
I really gotta think about great fighters. You can think about.
Average fighters. He had trouble. He had trouble with Jamil McClellan, but I'm just saying, he was good. He was good for what we had in the heavyweight division currently. He was good for what we had in the division currently, but Vitali came, he did his thing.
What was you gonna say that when Sleep cut you off?
I did it. I cut you off.
I was gonna say
with a machete.
Get right into it. Y'all know what happened last night. My dude Vitali Klitschko once again proved why he's the best heavyweight. That's my daughter yelling at me, and I'm still keeping it moving. The GYGB fan was watching Vitali Klitschko dominate Samuel Peter with one leg, and I was one of those people that bought into that whole one leg philosophy. So I'm watching this fight, right? And I couldn't happen to notice this fight reminded me of another fight. It was, first of all, Vitali was fighting like another guy from the UK, from Welsh, named Joe Kawasaki. he had his hands beneath his waist and throwing right hands. So Samuel Peter, who struggled, who fought the other Klitschko, fought him pretty well, you know, both times. The brother comes back, who's a gangster, by the way, with one leg. Hasn't fought in how long, Sleep?
4 years.
Really? He hasn't fought. See, I forgot. I thought it was 2. He hasn't fought in 4 years. And he disrespects this dude like he's hitting a speed bag or something with his hands beneath his waist, folks.
You know why? Because he dropped his brother all those times. He don't play that.
Oh, I love that. See, let me tell y'all something. Anybody that got brothers out there, I love the fact that he hold his little brother down. Like
you see how happy his little brother was. His little brother was like, I don't have to fight him no more.
And you know, and I like fighters that fight for something. It's not just about winning championship belts. It's more than that. You know what I'm saying? They
You
made
see that UK? That's called a SEPTA bus.
SEPTA bus. Shout out to
Southeastern
Dirk
Pennsylvania
Douglas,
Transit
my
Authority.
dude AC Milan from over there, Ali Boumbaye.
Samuel Peter just didn't really look like a match. Didn't much talk about. I mean, Vitali been out for 4 years. He comes back in, basically casts a mismatch against Sam Peter.
Who did you pick to win the fight?
I picked Klitschko. I called Klitschko.
Check.
Yeah, check it. Check it. Look at it. I called
Well,
Klitschko.
while he checks that, you know, I ate crow in that fight. I actually thought Sam Peter was gonna give him a fight simply because of Klitschko being out for 4 years. And we remember right before he left, he canceled 4 fights against Rockman because he had the phantom knee injury, and you know everybody was wondering if he was gonna even make it this far. I didn't think, you know what I'm saying, no disrespect to Vatali. We all know the caliber fighter he is, but 4 years away from the game, I made my pick on that.
So basically, wait a minute. The last couple fights, Vladimir Klitschko said the way they were seeing it, they want to have Vitali have 2 bouts and Vladimir have the other 2, and they were just gonna dominate the division like that. And it looks like, you know, Vladimir got a belt now. Vitali has a belt now. It looks like they're setting it up to be just that. Are the Klitschko brothers? Are they just that good?
It's like this dude, they really take this thing personal. You know, at first I thought it was like a marketing ploy, but they really want to be champions at the same time. And they did it, but I like what Vitali, he said, our work's not done. Our work's not done. We got one more belt we got to get. We got one more belt. Listen, man, no disrespect to the heavyweight division. We got a lot of up-and-coming heavyweights, David Hay, you know, Kevin Johnson. You know, it's a lot of young and up-and-coming heavyweights out there. But to me, in my opinion, it's the Klitschkos and it's everybody else. Until somebody convincingly beat these cats, it's the Klitschkos. Y'all can hate on them, call them robotic, call them one-dimensional, say they ain't fighting nobody. You fight who you fight. You know, are they fighting some? Are they not fighting nobody? Or they make the somebodies they're fighting look like nobodies?
Everybody talked about this 4-year layoff, but forgot that this guy, we had one fight that went the distance and darn near KO Lennox Lewis, regardless of an injury. I mean, everybody thought, oh, you know, he won't get starched by Sam Peter. Sam Peter had trouble against the younger brother, who chin was kind of suspect.
Vitali Klitschko is a legitimate heavyweight champion who deserves to not be disrespected, in my opinion.
Is he pound for pound?
Well,
you were saying earlier,
right? I was saying for him to come out of retirement from when he was in retirement, to me, he was a linear champion. I do feel as though he would have beat Lennox Lewis in that fight, you know, barring the injury to his eye. I think he had a cut in his lip as well. But because Lennox didn't prepare for the fight in the rematch, I have Lennox all day like I have with a lot of... But I definitely think he would have knocked Lennox Lewis out in that fight.
Okay.
I do think Vitali is a legitimate heavyweight champion. Vladimir...
I'll get to your point.
Vladimir has his issues with defense and his chin issues. Vitali doesn't have that. He fought the man with his hands down. He uses his height to his advantage. He destroys everybody in the heavyweight division.
But is he pound for pound material? That's all I want to know, sir.
I mean, in a couple of weeks, I can validate his position in there. We'll see how things shape. But like, as far as the young boys that you have in that position, I mean, the man like Radadai said, you know, he has the highest knockout percentage in the history of boxing. I mean, that has to be taken into, you know, consideration. So those things had to be taken into consideration. And he came in, he beat a legitimate heavyweight. This is the second best heavyweight in the division outside of his brother.
But you know what? Unfortunately,
Out of a 4-year layoff.
Unfortunately, pound for pound is based on activity, sir. So,
well,
but by that same rationale, you're basically saying if Lennox if Lennox would have came out tonight and did the same thing against Sam Peter, you would be
35-1 with 34 knockouts. I mean, ain't too many people. There isn't anybody who could ever say that.
Was he even pound for pound when he retired?
He damn sure should have been. I'm sure he was. He had it because they used to have the brothers in the top 10 rankings at one point.
Well,
you know, all these lightweights.
How far we've come.
You know, we don't. I mean, I think we've come to the point where we're comfortable with disrespecting the heavyweight division, and to some degree it deserves disrespect. But you have to respect the linear champions in that division.
But the thing
but
is,
if the champions are fighting against any competition, how much respect can you give them?
They gotta earn.